Okay, hello and welcome to Math. Let's do corrections for this first review of ours. I will note some of you have a page that says page number and just a number. And for some of you, it will say 1B. So I'm going to do both sets of answers here. So skip ahead to whatever you need. So 52 is 65% of what number? That's a number. And that is going to be a number that we find. However, 65 is obviously a percent. So we're going to do 52. Oh, by the way, I need to make this clear. This is the part, and this is the whole. So 52 out of whatever is 65 out of 100, because the 65 is also the part, and that's the whole. So in other words, my fractions match up, they should be equal. I'm going to multiply by both denominators, and I get, let's stick with pink, 100 times 52 equals 65 times x. Let's put the rest of my work up here. So 5200 equals 65x. Let us divide through by 65. Boom, boom. So we just have x left over on the right-hand side. And then on the left-hand side, I guess I should have my key in front of me here. Where is it? That'll make life simpler. I hate using calculators. 5200 divided by 65 is 80. So 80 is our answer. 7 is 6/5 of what number? Okay. Notice that this is already a fraction. And so there has to be some equivalent fraction that is 7 and this number. Equivalent fraction. So same basic idea as with the percents, right? So I've got 6, I'll do it this way. 7 and what number, because these are both the parts that we have, and this is supposed to be the whole. Well, in a fraction, so this is part whole, in a fraction, I'm going to do this in green so it stands out. We have 6 parts, 5 parts. Oh, not farts. 5 parts would be one whole here because we're dealing in fifths. So that's our whole, and that we have 6 parts. So this is the equation we want to solve. If we multiply through by both denominators, we get 7 times 5 equals 6 times x. So 35 equals 6x. And if we then divide both sides by 6, we get x equals 35 over 6. And that's our answer. 22 is what percent of 110? So again, this is our whole. That's our part. And we don't know what the percent is here. So we're going to say 22 is to 110. Whoops, can't write and talk at the same time. Is to 110 as some percent is to 100. So now I don't have to cross multiply, so I am not gonna. All I need to do is multiply by 100 on both sides. Over here, that will go away, and I will get 100, that's 100, times 22 divided by 110, which is 2200 divided by 110, and that's going to equal x because that's all that's left over there. And 2200 divided by 110 is 20, so x equals 20. So, whoops, 20%. Okay, 34. 34 is my part of some whole. I don't know what that is. And these guys are clearly percents. So I'm going to say 34 is my part to some number is my whole equals 85 out of 100 because it's percent. If I multiply by both denominators, I will get 34 times 100 equals 85. Whoops, can't write there. 85 times x. So again, remember what I'm really doing here is I'm multiplying by 100 and I'm multiplying by x. Times 100 times x. The x's go away there, the hundreds go away there. That's what I'm left with. So 34, sorry, this is banging around here. I hope that's not making too much noise in your ears. 3400 equals 85 times x. I can divide both sides by 85 and get, let's see, what is 3400 divided by 85? It is 40. Love it. X equals 40. Okay, a little bit of a trickster here, yeah, of what number? So this is some part of some whole again. All right, so we have 112 out of some number we don't know. The fun part here is that, I'm gonna do it in green. When we're talking about 4/3, 4/3 is three parts, because we're talking thirds, would be the whole. So the 3 is the whole. And we happen to have 4 parts. Ooh. So again, I'm going to multiply by both denominators, and I'll get 3 times 112 equals 4 times x. 3 times 112 is 336 equals 4 times x, and then I will divide both sides by 4, and I get, I think, x equals 84. Let me just double check on that. 336 divided by 4. There we go. Yep. 54 is what percent of 120? And again, we've got part, whole, and we know that the whole of the percent is going to be 100. So this is 54 over 120 equals x over 100. And now I don't need to multiply by both denominators. All I need to do is multiply by 100 on both sides. So I get, whoops, I want that in blue. 5400 over 120 equals x, because those divide out. And 5400 divided by 120 is 45, I believe. So 45%. On we go. Solve for x in terms of y. Love this one. I'm going to do it in green. My choice of what to do first is so interesting here. In terms of y, so what I've noticed is that x has, I want to add another color here, wait. I should have like a blue highlighter somewhere. Let's see how that works. Yeah, that's a good one. X has two things. It has a blue, the 3/4 multiplying by it, and it has this minus 4/5. Well, I can undo those in 2 steps, which would be nice. So for the blue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the whole equation all the way through by 4 over 3. So that means I have to multiply the y by 4 over 3, and I have to multiply the 1/2 by 4 over 3. But I just need to multiply that by 4 over 3 because all of these are glued together. The parentheses stays untouched here. And the reason I chose 4 over 3 is because here, note from our sponsor, right? Note that 4 over 3 times 3 over 4 equals 1. So it causes my fraction to go away. So let's do this in pieces. I'm gonna leave the 4/3 here, and it's gonna be multiplied by y minus 1/2. And just I haven't done that yet. Equals, and then on this side I've just got x minus 4/5 left over because all those things canceled out. Now it's sort of lovely. Now, we don't really need these parens here on the right-hand side, so we can get rid of them. There they go. And I'm going to distribute. So that then I get 4/3 y minus, and note this is 4/3 times 1/2 equals x minus 4/5. Well, I can do this little piece here. 4/3 y minus 4 over 6, because I'm just doing this across, equals x minus 4 over 5. 4 over 6, of course, is 2/3, so I got 4/3 y minus 2/3 equals x minus 4/5. I want to do that, and so you can see what I did. That's the only thing I did there. Now I'm going to add 4/5 to both sides so I can solve for x. So then I've got 4/3 y minus 2/3 plus 4/5 equals, and those sum to 0, so just equal x. Let's finish this out over here. I think what I want to do is I want to get a common denominator here. So I'm going to multiply this by 5 over 5 and this by 3 over 3. So that then I have 4/3 y minus 10 over 15 plus 12 over 15 equals x. So x equals 4/3 y plus 2 over 15. There we go. That's what I got. All right. And then is this a linear pattern in this table? Well, let's take a look at it here. So we're clearly plus 1, plus 1, plus 1 there. That's easy. This is plus 2, plus 4, oh, that's not good, plus 8. So the various slopes that we get, slops, not slops, Randall, slopes, are 2 over 1, and then 4 over 1, and then 8 over 1. So since they're all different slopes, not consistent slope, comma, so it's not linear. On we go. Okay, if you got this page, it says solve for x in this equation. We got a bunch of x's. Well, I have a lot of choices about what I can do, but I think what I'm going to need to do is distribute first. So I'm going to, that's going to be my first choice. Distribute. There we go. So I'll have x minus 1/2 equals 3/4 x minus 3/4 times 4/5. Well, we just multiply those fractions straight across, so I'll have x minus 1/2 equals 3/4x minus 3 times 4/4 times 5. But I notice when I have it looking like that, I notice that those divide out. That's just a fancy form of 1. So what I really have left is x minus 1/2 equals 3/4 x minus, and then what I've got left is those, so 3/5. All right, now I want to combine like terms. So I am going to add a half, and I'm going to subtract 3/4 x and subtract 3/4 x. So those sum to 0, those sum to 0. And what I have is x minus 3/4 x equals negative 3/5 plus 1/2. Well, let's simplify all that up. So this is 4x/4 to get a common denominator. On the right side, I need to multiply this by 2/2 and this by 5/5 to be able to combine them. So what I'll have is 4x, whoops, come on, green. 4x/4 minus 3x/4 equals negative 6/10 plus 5/10. So that means x/4, which is what I have left here, equals negative 1/10. And yeah, and then I'm going to multiply through by 4 on both sides. Those will cancel out, and I will bring it up to here, and I'll get x equals negative 4/10, which is negative 2/5 when we reduce it. Ta-da! Now, is this linear? Sorry, I have to drink a little bit to keep from losing my voice. All right, linear. Well, looks nice on this side. Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. On the right-hand side, let's see, we've got, I'm going to do this in red, plus 2, plus 4, oh, that's not good, plus 6. So in terms of the slopes we get, are they consistent? Well, here I get 2/1, and then in the next line I get 4/1, and then in the last one I get 6/1. So it's not a consistent slope. So it's not linear. All right, last but not least, a page on equations of lines. So find the slope of this line. We can do this. Change in y over the change in x is rise over run, which is 2 plus 2 over 1/2 minus 7/2. So 4 over negative 6/2, which is 4 over negative 3. All right? Negative 3, 6, negative 6 divided by 2, negative 3. So that's our slope, negative 4/3. Find the equation of the line in point slope form. Super easy. You might have chosen to write it with either point. I'll do both. So y minus 2 equals negative 4/3 x minus a half, or y plus 2 equals negative 4/3 x minus 7/2. Both are okay. I really should say either are okay. Actually, that's just terrible English all around. Let's just redo that. Either is, I think either takes a singular. Either is correct. Derive from your answer to B the equation of the line of points left form. I'm just going to do one of them. So I'm going to do this one. So if I start from y minus 2 equals negative 4/3 x minus a half, I'm going to distribute first. So y minus 2 equals negative 4/3 x plus 4/3 times 1/2. So again, we're distributing here. So that will be y minus 2 is negative 4/3 x plus 4/6, which is negative 4/3 x plus 2/3. And then if I add 2 to both sides, I'll get y equals negative 4/3 x plus 2/3 plus 2, which is, we'll make this have thirds, so times 3/3. Y equals negative 4/3 x plus 2/3 plus 6/3. So y is negative 4/3 x plus 8/3. I won't rewrite it while you're watching. Find the x-intercept of the line. Okay, so to find the x-intercept, we set y equals 0. So 0 equals negative 4/3 x plus 8/3. So if I add 4/3 to both sides, 4/3 x, I will get 4. Oh, sorry, I have to do it to both sides. Four-thirds x equals 8/3. So clearly x is 2, but we'll finish it out here. We're going to multiply both sides by 3/4. So then we get just plain x on one side, and 8 times 3 is 24 over 3 times 4 is 12, which is 2. So our point is at 2, 0. Got to express it as a point. So my x-intercept is at 2, 0 here. My y-intercept was at, where'd it go? 8/3 there. So 8/3 is 2, and 2/3 is right there. 0, 8/3. And if I draw a line through them, it will look like, oh, what happened to my line there? Oh no, my computer, come on, iPad, don't do this to me right now. Okay. Oh, it's going a little bit crazy there, but here, let's see if we can draw in a line. I love it when it makes a nice straight line. There we go. All right, last problem. Find the slope of the line. Okay, so that is change in y over the change in x, which is rise over run. So 2 plus 12 minus negative 12 over 1/2 minus 5/2, which is 14 over 1 minus 5 is negative 4. Oh, I gotta go to the next page in my answers here. Over negative 4 over 2, which is 14 over negative 2, because negative 4 over 2 becomes negative 2. 14 over negative 2 is negative 7/2. So that's my, no, not 7/2. Negative 7. 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. So that's my slope. Point slope form, I got two options. I will do them both. Either y minus 2 is negative 7 times x minus 1/2, or y minus, whoops, backwards, y plus 12 is negative 7 times x minus 5/2. Either works. Now from your answer to B, so I'm just gonna do using that particular answer. So y minus 2 is negative 7 x minus 1/2. And I'm gonna choose first to distribute my negative 7. So y minus 2 is negative 7x plus 7 over 2. Now let's add 2 to both sides. And we get y equals negative 7x plus 7/2 plus 2. But we know that 2 is really, well, now let's do it this way. Plus 2. We'll take 2 and turn it into something with halves. So we'll multiply by 2 over 2. So we get y equals negative 7x plus 7/2 plus 4/2. So combining those, y equals negative 7x plus 11 over 2. All right, find the x-intercept of the line. So what we do to find the x-intercept is we set y equals 0. So we have 0 equals negative 7x plus 11/2. If we, sorry, this is getting a little wiggly. Add 7x to both sides. We'll have 7x equals 11 over 2. And I am going to, whoops, undid something there. I am going to multiply both sides by 1 over 7 because it'll get rid of that 7, and I'll just have an x left on the left-hand side. 11 over 2 times 1 over 7 is 11 over 14. So our point is 11 over 14 comma 0. So 11 over 14 is a little less than 1. We'll call it about right there. 11 over 14 comma 0. And then our y-intercept is at 11 over 2, which is about 6.5. So right there. So I'm going to label that point 0 comma 6.5. It's not about, it is 6.5. And then I'm going to draw in my line. More or less. There it is. That's all. Have a delightful day.